So joining me on the air is Paul Tanaka, somebody I've promised you. He's here. Paul, thanks for joining us, by the way, and how are you today?
Well, very good, Arif, and thank you very much for having me back on your show.
Well, you're welcome. Hey, Paul. Sorry, I had a problem with my ears for a second. Paul, thanks for joining us. Look, one of the biggest things that we've seen in the city of Santa Clarita, time and time again, is that the permeation of drugs in every aspect of society. You probably saw that when you were deputy back in the 80s. What are you seeing today as some of the main issues with across the board?
Well, with at AB 109 and realignment, certainly the increase in property crimes, and I believe there's also been an increase in some violent crime, and so before I get into that, Arif, if I may,
yeah,
that actually goes to a large part of the reason why I was running for sheriff and why I am running for sheriff in the first place. Sheriff Baca and I have had our differences regarding his leadership and management of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. And I'll certainly talk about that here on your show and to some extent and during the course of my campaign. But today, just for a moment, I'd like to put these politics aside and thank the sheriff for his many years of public service to the people of Los Angeles County and to wish him well in retirement.
Well, yes, thank you. That's respectful and honorable. One of the things that we mentioned before you came on the air was 16 years of service as the head sheriff. I mean, literally the sheriff. There's only one sheriff on the badge. Everybody else is deputy, and that's important. And the leadership of our county was done by a lot of tough decisions. I get it. We all thought that it was time for a change. If that was part of what we were part of, but Paul, one of the things that you have seen time and time again is when there is a change in leadership like this, when there's a career that is coming to an end, and some would say, forcefully and not. I don't know the story behind it, but more importantly, behind all that politics and forgetting that, we care about what? In the citizens of Santa Clarita, we care about: can we go to the grocery store? Can we go? Can our kids go to school? And as the sheriff in your candidacy, and ultimately we look for and hope your victory, how are you going to address some of those things that matter to us?
Well, the announcement by the sheriff today, from our perspective, changes nothing as far as our campaign goes. From the very beginning, our goal has been to get the message out about just exactly who are we. 33 years of law enforcement experience, 15 years in elected office. A proven track record of being a crime fighter, someone who is focused on fighting crime, taking bad guys to jail, and making communities like Santa Clarita safer. And in Santa Clarita's case in particular, making sure that it maintains its designation as one of the safest cities in America. In addition, what I would bring to the as sheriff is a proven track record of fiscal responsibility. 11 years after the sheriff went over budget by $25 million in 2001, the next 11 years, while the budget grew from $1.7 to $2.8 billion, and while we suffered through multiple of those years being recession years and major cutbacks, we managed to come in under budget each one of those years for all 11 years, and at the same time deploy our resources in a manner that reduced crime to historic lows.
We're seeing that impact. Paul, I spent almost 11 years as a Los Angeles policeman, and it's funny, some of the statistics today, we had months where there were more homicides than there are in the entire year in some divisions. Crime has been reduced, certainly some of the big crimes, and that's a big deal to a lot of people, of course, because it impacts us. But we're proud in Santa Clarita of our independence. We're proud of our ability to go to the store and to enjoy our life, and honored to have somebody who recognizes how important it is to be a safe city and not just, attack the political side of things. So we thank you for that.
Well, thank you. And if I may, it's as we have discussed before, and as I've said many times, including here in the city of Gardena, where I'm the mayor, is I've told the police chief here, and I used to tell this to every commanding officer at our 23 sheriff stations, you might bring the crime rate down, and your numbers might look as they might be historic lows. But what really matters is how do people feel in their neighborhood?
That's right.
Do they feel safe? And exactly as you said, can they go to the grocery store with some sense of safety and security? Can they go for a jog in their own neighborhood, or go to the local park, or let their kids ride their bikes and their scooters in the street? And when you can do that, and when people feel safe in their own neighborhood, whether it's in the high desert, Santa Clarita, whether it's on the west side out to the San Gabriel Valley, Catalina Island, or in the inner city, every single person in this county deserves the right to go home to their own neighborhood with some sense of safety and security. And it's law enforcement's job to provide that environment.
And, you know, Paul, for the last 15 or 18 years, I guess, or so, living in the city of Santa Clarita, I have noticed that the professionalism of the deputies, the growth and the change of a professional police force, if you will, in the city of Santa Clarita, as we went from being kind of a second thought of, if you will, or a city that really wasn't on the front of anybody's mind in the county, and suddenly we started becoming a safe place to live, and we're winning that title over year to year. We started seeing some of the leadership of people like you have really come back in and made it possible. I'm proud of the deputies we have. We don't have people that are renegades or treating people disrespectfully. We have a pretty good force here in Santa Clarita.
Whether I was on the job as undersheriff or whether I'm retired as I am now, when I hear compliments like that of the men and women of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, and in this particular case, those assigned to the Santa Clarita Valley Station, that is always music to my ears, and I'm proud. I mean, I worked alongside the men and women for 33 years. I know how hard they work. I know their dedication and commitment to public safety. And in the Santa Clarita Valley Station, they know that they have an additional obligation of ensuring that designation as one of the safest cities in America remains there under their watch.
And, you know, Paul, from the captains down to the deputies, you enjoy a wide range of support, from support personnel to folks that are civilians and sworn. And I see that as people that, you know, they may have an issue here or there. Look, like I was mentioning before you came on, when I refer a book or a candidate, unless I write the book or unless I am the candidate, I don't agree with 100% of anything. So I'm looking for somebody who espouses the values, who makes sure that the community we live in is one of safety, and the agencies that support us have honor and integrity, and understand that they are, in fact, representing me as a citizen when they go and stop a bad guy. They're representing me, a taxpayer, as they're stopping a crime. And we have a really good group here, and the support that you enjoy from a wide range of command staff all the way down is testament to some of your leadership. So thanks for that.
Well, thank you very much, and I certainly appreciate those kind words, and that respect is mutual, and it's, you know, something that's developed over the years of working together with these hardworking men and women of the Sheriff's Department.
Well, Paul, if I can have your commitment in the future as politics becomes back up into the forefront in the next coming weeks, to come back on the air and we can really get into some of the issues, maybe answer some of the critics, and get into some of the details here, because I'm proud to call you an acquaintance and even a bit of a friend, because I'm honored to know that you are somebody who's going to put, look, to run for any office, folks, is not easy. Your family has to pay the price. Behind the scenes, you pay the price. It is not an easy task, and so thanks for stepping up for that. And we're going to challenge you in the future on some of the issues. We've got some questions for you, but I'm proud that you're there to kind of fill that void a little bit, and of course to honor Lee Baca and his many years of service, decades in fact, to the citizens of LA County.
Well, thank you again, Arif, for having me on today. I appreciate the support. I look forward to those challenging questions, and I look forward to being back on your show in the future.
Thanks so much, sir. God bless you. Have a great day, and good luck with the rest of your day. I know it's going to be busy.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Take care.